Hi, my students. How are you? I hope you all are fine at your home. My students, in the previous class we had covered the first of the chapter, that was Galileo and the Light. So today we will cover the second part of the chapter. So let's go to the topic. The students, there is the part 2. Galileo's method for measuring light was quite simple. He and his assistant stood with two lift lamps a mile apart, and by covering and uncovering the lamps, they tried to deduce if there was any time lag between the two. The result were inclusive. The only thing Galileo could conclude was that if not instantaneous, it is extraordinarily rapid. The students, you know, in the previous class, Galileo is a very good scientist in Italy. So when any other philosophers like Aristotle disagree with his empedocles, so Aristotle wants to prove the light speed. So his assistant and Galileo tries to prove that type of arguments and their laws. Then Galileo assumed that light travels at least 10 times faster than sound. You know, students, light move fast than sound, but he had no evidence to support his theory, and so he decided that his experiment was a failure. So when Aristotle argument with the from experiment of Galileo's, so Galileo was very upset about the theory. But the important thing here is not the success of or failure of his experiment. It is a good epitome for us. It is a good example for us. Success is not or the failure of this experiment. So what is important is that Galileo made a start by not accepting the old theories without any scientific evidence. At that time, Galileo made a new start by not accepting the old theories. He wants to prove a new theory, a scientific theory. So he starts a scientific evidence. Just like its support for the Copernican theory, Galileo opened the doors to thinking outside of fixed beliefs and lead the way to scientific thought. Your students, because Galileo was a great scientist, so he starts on new styles. Galileo opened the doors to thinking outside of fixed beliefs and lead the way to scientific thought. In 1632, he openly stated that the earth revolved around the sun. Dear students, you know, all are knowing, because earth revolved around the sun because sun is constant. Galileo can be credited for the birth of modern science. You know, students, Galileo, all the credits goes to Galileo because he credited for the birth of the modern science. Many of his early theories and deductions have laid the foundations of our modern discoveries, including Einstein's theory of relativity and Newton's law of gravity. Dear students, today in the modern science, we are reading many types of theory like Einstein's theory, relativity, and Newton's law of gravity. Before Galileo, scientific thought was modulated with religion and philosophy. The students, when Galileo scientific thought was modulated, modulate means recreations, and scientists depended on Aristotle's method of philosophical analysis to explain actual physical occurrence. Galileo believed in empirical evidence based on experimentation and calculation. The modern scientific method, he questioned the practice of scientific observations without logical proof or real conclusion. The students, Galileo tried the next time the modern scientific method, and himself he questioned the practice of scientific observations without logical proof or real calculations, and argued the physics should be a mathematical science. The students, Galileo's proved that physics should be a mathematical science. Galileo was fearless in the face of religious persecution and public humiliations and stuck to his scientific beliefs, and it is largely because of him that we can now enjoy the bright edge of logic, science and progress. Dear students, so it is a great achievement for us by the Galileo, because Galileo describes about science, logic and progress, our science, mathematics, and after all, he was a great scientist, and he experiments many things, and his portfolios, and he was inventor, he was a philosopher, he was a scientist, like everything. He was a multi-talented personality, and he was a great achievement for the world. So dear students, I think you all are understand the second part of the chapter. So thank you. You all are good caring of yourself. Stay home, safe home. So have a nice day for you. Bye.